Hello, viewers, and welcome back to Great Ace Attorney Adventures. We're still on the first trial, but not because we have not played more. Turns out that jelly beans are absolutely atrocious for recording. So we're re-recording pretty much everything else we've played up until this point.
I know we just started recording, but the fat squirrel is it's going! He's like right behind you. Sorry.
That was fucking hilarious. You're like, sorry, we just turned on the microphones, but the fat squirrel outside your window. We also moved where we're recording. We were recording in our basement, but that place is a little too echoey and I keep eating on mic. So we got two different microphones and are recording in my bedroom now, and I have to face all of my stuffed animals because my voice carries a bit too much.
I also like the implication that the reason you were eating on mic was because it was in the basement.
That was a little bit like the intent, not necessarily in the sense that I'm blaming the basement for me eating on mic. I will eat on mic in my room. I don't give a shit. But I would like our viewers to interpret it that way. All right.
So do we want to actually start?
Yeah, let's go. Let's
go.
Tear it up.
We've just introduced these two new witnesses. So, witnesses, kindly state your names and occupations for the court. Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Surgeon Inesa Nosa reporting for duty, sir.
Myself, I find employ as a purveyor of fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from Rasute. This is in the 2nd District. Chuyo Kurkuta at your service.
An antiques dealer and a soldier? What an unusual pairing. Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question. I forgot how many voices I have to do in a row in this section.
That was a good thing that you have the fucking controller.
Yeah. They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
How come they weren't on the diagram that the waiter made, huh?
Oh, his diagram was really good.
His diagram is really good. It just is lacking in information.
So it's a bad diagram.
I've seen worse diagrams that aren't lacking in information, but are lacking in any sort of clarity.
It seems like it's a diagram where he really well knows the restaurant because he has been working there. But just didn't bother to include the information.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been scoping out the place so well. Here's the tables. And they're like, where are the people? And he's like,
Here are the tables.
Myself, I habitually take tea in the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business.
Does this guy actually just randomly approach people and be like, do you want to buy an antique?
Yeah, I guess that's what he had to do. It's hustle,
I guess. I can't understand a word the old man is saying.
He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers. Oh, actually, okay. The fact that it's a bunch of rich people, it's annoying behavior, but it's a little bit more... Especially if they're tourists, because he's like, ooh, do you want an old piece of old Japan? I need money!
Don't you have someone that you have to get a fucking souvenir for?
Yeah. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously
You wanna know what I just realized?
What?
We forgot to feed baby.
Yeah.
Hold on, pause the recording so I can feed baby. Right. I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this.
Tracy. I'm not gonna let that one go.
No, it's a funny joke, but I did take the psychic damage. The precise moment of this atrocious incident. Is that correct? Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir.
This man's as impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. I missed the noise this time too. What the fuck? Good god damn it.
So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the precise moment you shot the victim dead.
Yeah.
Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable?
If I'm honest, I've been uncomfortable this whole time.
Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please.
Do you think last time we recorded this, I'm like, also I've spent the last 3 days in jail?
Mm-hmm. Maybe having the worst time all the time.
Oh yeah.
You will state everything you saw at the precise moment that the incident occurred. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by to report, sir.
Unsavory memories of a most acidic afternoon.
Witness testimony.
I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden girl to the military gentleman.
At that precise moment, the firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes. It's also that you, didn't do it, the last couple times they said precise, because they keep saying precise.
Oh yeah. It's only when I'm paying attention.
Mm-hmm. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel.
Oi oi.
I wonder if there's a contradiction.
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment? You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim? Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. That cruel and unforgivable enemy, sir.
What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day.
But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone.
Is that really true, Ryunosuke?
Yeah, all I did was pick up a gun I saw lying on the floor. I don't know how guns work. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant. when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting.
It does occur to me, I'm not sure if him saying English-made gun just means European gun, or if they're implying that he is smart enough to know that it's specifically English-made.
I think he's smart enough to know that it's not Japanese-made.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang.
Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal in the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who that criminal was.
There is?
Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses.
I must do what now?
I love how he just doesn't know a single goddamn thing. Do it now!
Oh, fuck. What was the word again?
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty.
Ouchie, come over here and fucking fight me.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Ew, ouchie.
I genuinely think that making Ouchie like a bitchy gay makes him like so much more close to likable. He's still a fucking worm and a bootlicker, but
that's the thing, is that he's not a worm, all right? Worms
he's a snake.
Respectable. He's a snake.
He's a snake.
He's a fucking snake. He's a danger.
Mm-hmm. It's time to bring this despicable student to justice. Certainly, the testimony the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this... Excuse me?
I have something to say.
What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst?
I am, the defense, demands its right to a cross-examination. It being me.
Dear me, dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Duh, he's my boyfriend. He's the one who knows the law.
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time.
Ouchie, the only reason you think it's a waste of time is because you're a waste of time. Anyway.
The defendant... You can't get too aggressive. Remember, Ryunosuke's a worm.
I am using my voice. I'm not using my Ryunosuke voice.
The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
I don't need experience to ask questions.
The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination.
Yeah, Ouchie, do you know what right means? It means I get to have it and you get to cry about it.
I'm pretty sure it's later in the trial where he's like, kids these days demanding their rights.
Do you believe these kids these days demanding their rights? Fucking when I was a kid, we didn't demand anything.
And look at you now.
Especially not rights.
Whether or not you...
No, look at you now. You're a bootlicker.
Yeah, I know. That's why he's like that. He's like, I didn't get rights. And you're like, cool, and? You're going to make it worse now? Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant.
Yeah, I have the right to do this, even if I'm bad. Kazuma is so commanding.
Very well. Let the defense conduct a cross-examination of the witnesses. Alright, this is where the battle really begins for Ryunosuke.
But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Ryunosuke really is the dumbest man in Japan.
Especially because he is dating, best friends with, like,
a lawyer?
A lawyer. Like, and you know Kazuma's, like, talked to him about this, and it's just gone from Ryunosuke's head.
Oh yeah, he, like, wipes that shit immediately. He's like... Me? A brain? I would never.
Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witnesses' statements.
But how?
You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie.
Well, yeah, but
It's just a case of proving it, and the key to doing that is evidence.
I did not mean to burp directly into the microphone there. Right, evidence. I am keeping it because it feels very Ryunosuke.
Oh yeah.
Ryunosuke is sitting there pounding down beers in the middle of court.
No, the problem I'm gonna have is that I'm gonna keep like coughing and being like, I'm not even doing Hosonaga. All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. That's my job.
You're gonna beat me right now in the courtroom?
Later.
Alright then, it's all or nothing.
Okay, this is a really easy one because the gunshot wound was to the front.
Yeah.
But just in case...
Just in case we haven't played this trial already very recently.
I mean, this is also like the very first time you present evidence. They're like, nothing could be more obvious.
Yeah. Oh, I hear a baby stomping her way in here.
Oh, there she is.
Here she comes. Look at her little face. Oh, a baby.
What are you playing at, cadet? What is the meaning of this subordination? Suggesting some photographic print in my mustache?
Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yeah, fuck. There's a clear inconsistency here.
What nonsense. What? I hate you.
I can't
What?
stand him.
Can this... He can't see past those glasses, they're fake. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know?
Obviously, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth.
I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom.
Ugh. This is so frustrating.
Oh, please. Surely this doesn't require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Oh my god, he's
Cosmo,
playing
what are you
2D chess
saying?
with the court.
He's playing 2D chess with the court. Stop.
No, this is like checkers with the court. It's not even
Oh,
chess.
no. Oh, yeah. Cosmo, what are you doing? What are you plotting?
What are you talking about? It is apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with the sergeant's statement. What? Sergeant Iesanosa. Yes, sir? What, sir? That statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eyes, sir.
But no, that just can't be.
And why not, cadet?
Because you're stupid. Because. Because.
Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest.
That's right.
Ah. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it?
Dang, Kazuma, you're so hot.
Baby.
You paying attention to her, like, directly behind me, looking herself? Like, god damn it, baby.
I was also talking about the baby on screen.
Oh, right.
It just popped up.
Fuck, and I missed the baby.
He'll be back. Oh, well,
What the hell? What was that? Something just popped up behind his back. What does this guy have in this courtroom?
Certainly, there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? Yes, sir. At this junction, that would appear to be indisputable, sir. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak. Sir, this baby is so cute.
That baby is so cute. All you really need to do to make a baby cute is make it a freaking fat little baby.
Mm-hmm. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. The witness, Sergeant Yasunosa, did not see the defendant firing the gun at all. Ugh. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom.
Whoa!
Excuse me?
You can't kill someone like that in the Supreme Court!
Damn, boy!
Damn, son! You didn't need to come after his fucking wig like that. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial, just from that one discrepancy.
All his attorney trials are gay on gay violence.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Oh, Capri is going to join us. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about.
Name drop, game over.
Roll credits.
But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back.
But I never fired the gun. Famously, I do not know how they work. All I did was pick it up off the floor.
And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either?
Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor.
Too busy on the floor doing what? Sucking dick? Sorry, what were you doing?
On the floor?
Huh? Yeah. Under the table.
Mm-hmm.
What? If you never sucked dick under a table,
That's not on the floor.
you're sitting on the floor.
I'm sitting on a chair, first of all.
Why would you... Hold on. Are you sucking the dick or are you getting your dick sucked?
No, okay, I feel like there's a difference between, like, on your hands and knees and, like, on the floor. Because I think on the floor, I do think worm.
I think sitting on the floor counts.
That's fair. And like, he was, like, hunting around, so I guess it would be, like, on his knees.
Yeah. Sucking dick.
Would you like to focus on the game?
Hunting for treasure!
Is that a euphemism?
Treasure?
Yes, it's a euphemism for dick. Indeed, the Hoera Korban, my prized coin! On each occasion which I visit the restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasute.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
On the day under scrutiny, it was the military man that I proffered my Hoei treasure. Believe that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not. But I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more! It simply vanished!
The koban vanished?
Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there, and then it happened.
You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoei treasure! Nothing could distract me!
Not even a gunshot, sir?
Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
We know the answer to that was no.
I see.
That lamentable day, the precious Hoei koban was lost to me. No doubt some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself.
As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution.
Does it?
Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. So I would appreciate if y'all stopped wasting my goddamn time.
No.
Yeah, Ryunosuke. No!
Your Excellency, I would like to plead no.
Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Why are we asking Ouchie anything? He's a fucking idiot.
Worry not, Your Excellency.
Sorry, I used my Ryunosuke voice for a second there.
The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he'll find a wolf at the back.
I'm sorry, is that a euphemism?
We've heard that line multiple times out every time. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What are you on about? I just find a wolf at the back. I'm like, okay. Is that a threat or a promise?
Hey! My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain.
Yeah, please say more.
Upon hearing their next statement, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could have possibly committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What's despicable is that you are allowed to have a career in this fucking courtroom, Ouchie. What? I think last time we recorded this, we were joking about how I'm like the janitor heckling Ouchie in the courtroom the whole time.
Oh yeah, because it's like they established later that like women aren't in like Japan at the time, women were not allowed in court unless they were testifying. And the idea of having a janitor who's just heckling Ouchie in the background, and they're like, we can't fire her, she does a really good job. And also no one likes Ouchie.
We don't like Ouchie enough to fire.
He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he?
Ugh.
Very well, the court invites the witness to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear?
As clear as chemical glass, Your Excellency.
Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir.
Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking out over your shoulder, I think.
A little baby. Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks. Name Ido. It would seem those straps are assigned for the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny.
Kazuma, you're so funny.
Ido, 10 shut! Look at the little baby. It's like the round and like the pink cheeks and the eyebrows are also cute. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch and learn, my boy.
Hello everyone, this is Utsu. Thanks for watching our video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also share this wherever. I don't care if you have a follower on Twitter or if you share it on Tumblr. Sharing just means that we get more views. We hope that you enjoy the featured art here. If you would like to get your art featured on our channel at the end of our videos, please check our description for contact information. Please tune in next time. Thank you.